Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Florida High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the USA Today Network.
Yeah, I'm back in, I'm back on. Stand up like backbone, I'm beast mode, I'm so strong. Go hard or go home. No stopping, I can't stop. I will not lose, I'ma always win. Now let the games begin now. Go hard like A-Day. It's game time like game day. I ball hard and clutch play. It's game time like game day. Now let the games begin. Now let the games begin.
And here are your hosts from ESPN, Seth Greenberg and LaPhonso Ellis.
Fonzarelli.
Yes.
This is like the Duke, North Carolina of high school award shows.
Well, it's got to be ACC. How about back in the day, Notre Dame, UCLA?
These kids weren't even born back then, Fonz. Come on, give me a break
My
here.
bad.
Welcome, everyone, to the High School Sports Award Show, where school bells and buzzer beaters ring equally loud, and the nominees are as versed in their X's and O's as their E equals MC squared.
Wow, that's right, Coach. Tonight we're going to celebrate the best high school athletes in the state. We're going to give it up for players from a veritable spectrum of sports. We'll also show some love for teams and coaches, as well as crown the male and female Athlete of the Year.
Fonz, you are killing me with that Notre Dame degree. If you're going to go bust out phrases like variable spectrum of sports at the top of the show, like I went to Harvard on a Hackensack, I'm going to go have to get my thesaurus.
Come on, Coach, you're a smart guy. You already quoted Einstein. Looks like we both hit the books to prepare for these kids.
We also brought some heavy hitters along the way to help celebrate their achievements. We're talking about names like the legendary Aaron Rodgers, the incomparable Alex Morgan, and the unstoppable Big Aristotle, Shaquille O'Neal. You played against Shaq, right?
Yes, I did.
And how'd that go? Did he name a dunk after you?
Praise God, he did not. Man, I'm so glad that social media wasn't around that time. I'm confident it would have been all over the place and I would have been a consistent meme.
A meme. Funny you mentioned social media because we have a lot going on over there. And here to explain the third part of our team, Abby Labar.
Hey Sunshine State, we have a lot of athletes from your gorgeous shores to celebrate, and we know you are up for the challenge. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using our hashtag. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown in the social media feed on the show website. Plus, one lucky person using the hashtag on Instagram or Twitter will receive an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight.
Question for you, Fonz. If 60% of the human body is water, what percentage of Katie Ledecky is at home in the pool?
Well, she won her first Olympic gold medal in London as a 15-year-old. She then added 4 more Olympic golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. I'd say 100%.
She was pretty good. You're correct, sir. Guess that's why we've got her to present our Swim and Dive Awards.
Hey all you swimmers and divers out there, it's Katie Ledecky. This is an Olympic year, which means the whole world gets really into our sports for the summer. And they get very excited to see their favorite swimmers touch the wall or their divers make a clean entry. But they don't know, like you all know, the thousands upon thousands of laps and dives that went into that winning moment. So I just want to tip my swim cap to all you guys who put in the long hours in the pool. Because when those victories come, they're so much sweeter when there are a bunch of folks out there who know what it takes to make it to the podium. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Female Swimmer and Diver of the Year is Blair Stoneberg from Jensen Beach High School. Jensen Beach Jr. Blair Stoneberg earned Florida Miss Swimming honors after throwing down at the state championship meet. The Class 2A Swimmer of the Year earned Auto All-American honors in winning the 200 free and 500 free. She also anchored her team to gold in the 400 relay. The Wisconsin commit has now earned 6 gold medals and 10 total, with one more high school season to go.
Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Male Swimmer and Diver of the Year is Liam Custer from Riverview High School. Liam Custer claimed a pair of gold medals at the Class 4A state meet, dominating the 500 free by almost 9 seconds. He also cruised a victory in the 200 individual medley and scored 2 more podium finishes in the 200 medley and 400 relays. Custer later competed at the Toyota U.S. Open Championships and hit U.S. Olympic trial qualifying times in 2 events, the 800 free and the 1500.
Fonzarelli, what's the best score you ever put up?
68.
Fonz, you were the 7th pick in the draft. I understand you're a world-class athlete, but that 68, it had to be on like putt-putt.
Well, do foot wedges and all of that count?
I don't know. Did you ever get 68?
On the front 9.
How about as a player? Like a basketball player?
Well, I mean, give me a break, coach. I'm kind of a hoops first kind of guy. So we're talking about golf now?
Yeah, golf, like the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition. Unlike us, Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success between the ropes. With 4 tour victories and 2 top 10 finishes in majors, and now he's going to show us the best golfers in the state.
Hey everybody, PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here. I just want to say to all you golfers out there, well done. Y'all are hitting the ball further these days than golfers from my generation could even dream about when we were in high school. The way you embrace new techniques, technologies, and teaching methods, it's pushing our game to new heights and even lower scores. And with all the social media distractions these days, you guys still have shown the mental toughness to excel in a sport that makes tremendous demands on that space between your ears. So take out your favorite club, raise it over your head, and use it to give yourself a pat on the back. Job well done. Y'all have certainly earned it. Now let's give out some awards today. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Female Golfer of the Year is Kelly Shanahan from American Heritage School. Kelly Shanahan's junior season had no shortage of accolades as she won the Class 2A state championship in a playoff, rolling in a 40-foot putt to win it. Shanahan helped lead the American Heritage girls golf team to its 3rd championship in 4 years. She also helped the Patriots break a state record for most individual wins by a school with 6.
Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Male Golfer of the Year is Luke Clanton from American Heritage School. Luke Clanton dominated at season's end to claim his 2nd 2A individual state championship in 3 years. The American Heritage star shot 2 rounds under 70 and beat the field by 9 strokes. Clanton led the Patriots to a 2nd place finish in the state tournament. He also claimed victory in the regional championship and set a Broward County record round of 64. He's given his verbal commitment to Florida State University.
They call her 6 feet of sunshine, and not just because you often find her on the beach.
Seth, I wish I was on the beach right now. No, it's because Kerry Walsh Jennings is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history, with 3 gold medals as well as a bronze.
She stepped off the sand to show us the best volleyball players in the state.
Hey guys, it's Carrie Walsh Jennings, and I am so honored to be a part of this show that celebrates high school athletes. You don't have to make a living playing sports to know the value of high school athletics. The lessons you learn, the memories you make, the challenges you overcome, they will all help you as you continue on your journey through life. And if you really work hard at it, it can take you all around the world, or even to the top step of the podium. Here are your honorees for the Female Volleyball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Volleyball Player of the Year is Paris Thompson from Fort Myers High School. Star outside hitter Paris Thompson was recognized for her wealth of accomplishments in 2020, winning Florida's Miss Volleyball honor and Gatorade Player of the Year. The Notre Dame commit and second-team Under Armour All-American posted 413 kills and 228 digs. She was named Class 6A Player of the Year after leading Fort Myers to the Final Four.
Fonzarelli.
Yes.
You want some real inside sports knowledge? A tip to show up your friends? If so, then pay attention to the Rising Stars Award. It's all about the up-and-comers, the phenoms who are just getting started, but still pushing the more experienced competitors to their limits, because the names you hear today can be the all-stars of tomorrow.
Here are your finalists for the Florida Rising Star of the Year.
Jaden Booker, a sophomore from Palmetto Ridge, rushed for over 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. Arkansas commit Aiden Miller, a sophomore from J.W. Mitchell, a power right-handed pitcher. And Will Heck, a sophomore from the Bowles School, shattered the state record in the 100-yard breaststroke.
And the Florida Rising Star Award goes to football player Jaden Booker, a sophomore out of Naples.
Just a sophomore, Palmetto Ridge's Jaden Booker is already one of the best running backs in the talent-rich state of Florida. This season, he rushed for 1,227 yards and 12 touchdowns, averaging 6.1 yards per carry. He remains uncommitted but has received several Division I offers, including Georgia Tech, Michigan, Nebraska, Penn State, and West Virginia.
Congratulations. Great job. If you don't know the name Martina Navratilova, you should. She's one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket.
I wish I had her drop body game. She won 18 Grand Slam singles titles in her long career, and her 59 total major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era. She's also an author, equal rights advocate, and even an actor.
Martina can do it all, including presenting our awards in tennis.
Hey guys, Martina Navratilova here. You know, our sport is one of the few where teenagers routinely announce their arrival on the world stage. But it's also a sport that millions play well into their 70s or even 80s. The sport you've chosen to play in high school, to dedicate thousands of hours of your time, it is a lifetime sport. All of those hours can pay dividends in your future, dividends in your career, your health, your quality of life. So I'd like to congratulate all the honorees tonight, but I also want to congratulate all of their teammates, their coaches, and of course parents, because they all played a part, not only in your recognition now, but in your recognition as success in the future. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Female Tennis Player of the Year is Sarah Snyder from St. Andrew's School. Florida's Miss Tennis and Class 1A Player of the Year, Sarah Snyder capped her high school career in incredible fashion, winning individual and doubles titles while helping the Scots claim their 5th straight team championship. She joined rare company in state history with 5 individual or doubles titles to her credit, and she did it with 1 full season canceled due to the pandemic. Snyder will continue at Furman University.
Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Male Tennis Player of the Year is Sammy Ozor from Spruce Creek High School. Sammy Ozor finished the season 21-1 and captured the Class 4A individual state title. He won just as often on the doubles court, pairing with Hayden Ensminger to go 17-2 and reach the second round of the state ghost draw. The Stetson commit helped the Hawks win a team region title and advance to the state tournament as district #1 singles and #1 doubles champion.
Fonz, a lot of people dream about running a marathon. I'm not one of them. This guy usually runs one before breakfast.
Wow, Dean Karnazes won the Badwater Ultra Marathon. That's 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. Later, he ran a marathon at the South Pole in negative 35 degrees. In fact, this best-selling author once ran 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Whoa, Fonz. I think I just pulled something. I'm not sure. I think it's my hamstring. Tell you what, Fonz. We'll let Dean present the cross-country awards. And me, I need to find a massage chair. 50 marathons in 50 days?
I'm going with
really?
you.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross-country. Running is the most elemental of all sports. There are cave paintings of runners that date back over 15,000 years. They found a record of a running competition in Ireland almost 4,000 years ago. And guess what the first event was at the ancient Olympic Games in 776 BC? That's right, a foot race. Running is in our DNA. You cross-country athletes are just better at it than most folks. So keep on keeping on, because running is special. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Female Cross Country Athlete of the Year is Caroline Wells from Winter Springs High School. Central Florida's Female Athlete of the Year, Caroline Wells, capped an undefeated cross-country season by capturing her first career individual state title. Her winning time of 16 minutes and 50 seconds at the district tournament ranked in the top 25 in the nation for 2020. She capped her stellar junior season with Gatorade Cross Country Florida Runner of the Year honors.
Here are the honorees for the Male Cross-Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Male Cross Country Athlete of the Year is Reinhardt Harrison from Nice High School. Now a two-time Greater Jacksonville Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year, Reinhardt Harrison also repeated as the Class 4A state champion. The Nice junior posted a season-best time of 14 minutes and 55 seconds, one of Northeast Florida's 3 fastest cross-country times of the past decade. Harrison added Gatorade Florida Boys Cross Country Player of the Year to his haul.
If you want to know what a dynasty looks like, head on down to Navarro College in Texas and talk to its storied cheer coach, Monica Aldama. Since 2000, her Bulldogs have won 14 NCAA national championships in their division. One of her squads even posted the highest score ever recorded at nationals. Her dedication to excellence and her insistence on perfection are legendary and have been highlighted on the Ellen DeGeneres Show, the hit Netflix docuseries Cheer, as well as her season on Dancing with the Stars. All hail the Queen of Cheer.
Hey y'all, it's Monica Aldama taking a moment to cheer for all of you high school cheer and dance teams out there. A lot more people outside of the cheer and dance community are beginning to see you the way I see you, for what you truly are, amazingly talented and highly dedicated athletes. They see your courage in executing unbelievable routines, but more importantly, they also see your bravery in helping break down barriers and stereotypes. You are showing them how inclusion works. It doesn't just make for better teams, it makes for better communities, and in the end, a better world. Here are your honorees for Cheerleader of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Cheerleader of the Year is Presley Ellis of West Nassau High School. Presley Ellis will go down as one of the most accomplished student athletes in West Nassau High School history. She was part of 4 team championships, 3 national championships, and 2 world titles during her career on the competitive cheerleading team. She helped West Nassau reach its 7th consecutive state crown this season in the Class 1A non-tumbling medium division. Bound for the University of Florida, Ellis graduated this spring as Class of 2021 salutatorian.
Ever have someone tell you just roll with it? Well, Chris Barnes followed their advice. He has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. A 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee, he's rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win the Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, the PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and World Singles Gold Medal. Not a bad way to roll.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here. Bowling is that rare sport where perfection is literally within our grasp every time we step on the approach. But there is so much more to get out of this amazing game. From physics to friendships, tenacity to teamwork, bowling is a great teacher. But it's one of those really fun, cool teachers who might be tough on you at times, but who years from now you're going to look back on and can't conceive of your life without them. I know I sure can't. I was lucky I met my wife through bowling, and talk about a perfect game. Of course hers, not mine. So congrats to all you athletes who knows a bird dog from a bucket and a ham bone from a ringing 10. And here's hoping you're striking for years to come and we see you bowling on TV someday. Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Female Bowler of the Year is Sierra Poole from Lake Mary High School. Lake Mary High School's anchor Sierra Poole had a monster 2020 season that ended with her winning the Florida State individual bowling title. She rolled a career-high game of 279 this season and was named the Florida Dairy Farmers Bowler of the Year. Poole will continue her bowling career at Monmouth University.
And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Male Bowler of the Year is Brandon Rucker from North Fort Myers High School. The Southwest Florida Boys Bowler of the Year, Brandon Rucker captured the district meet before making area history at the individual state tournament in Orlando. After falling to the consolation bracket, he rallied to become the first Southwest Florida bowler to win an individual state title, rolling a high round of 278 in the title match.
Michael Johnson dominated sprinting with his unique upright style of running for the most of the 90s. Nicknamed Superman, his 16 major international medals, every one of them gold.
Wow. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, this speedy Texan hung up his spikes. And yet, to this day, the U.S. record in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
But in his retirement, hasn't run like one of his races. 3 years ago, at just 50 years old, Michael suffered a stroke and left him wondering if he would ever walk again. But with the same determination he showed on the track, he tackled intense physical therapy, making an inspiring and full recovery.
So to present the awards in track, it is my honor to welcome Superman, Michael Johnson.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here. One of the great things about track and field is there's an event for everybody. Doesn't matter if they're tall, short, big or small, fast or not. Everyone can excel at something during a track meet. But it takes all of those different kinds of people doing their part for the entire team to come out on top. That kind of inclusiveness makes you wonder how much better this world would look if we had more track and field athletes in it. I just know that I'm proud to be here to celebrate all of your incredible achievements from this past year. So what do you say we hand out some awards? Here are your honorees for the Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Adiah Fry from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Adiah Fry helped lead St. Thomas Aquinas to the program's third consecutive state title after 3 gold medals at the Class 4A championships. Individually, Fry won the 100 hurdles and long jump. She also anchored the Raiders' first place 4x100 relay team. Florida's Miss Track and Field for 2021, she also owns the nation's best high school time in the 55 hurdles at 7.84 seconds.
And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Aaron Bell from Terry Parker High School. Aaron Bell secured the state's fastest sprint times across all 4 classifications at state. He took gold in 2 events at Class 3A championships, giving Terry Parker High School its first boys track and field individual champion in over 30 years. The Houston Signee ran the 100 dash in 10.34 seconds and added a 20.71 in the 200 dash as the state's only runner to break 21 seconds. Bell also won the nation's fastest time at the 60-meter distance indoors at 6.72 seconds.
When Alex Morgan steps onto the field, it's game on. She has thrived on soccer's biggest stages with a knack for late-game heroics. Her goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to the gold medal.
Wow. She went on to win the World Cup in 2014 and then again in 2019 as the team's co-captain. But you know, Fonz, she made just about as many headlines for off the pitch. This new soccer hero mom is an activist, a businesswoman, a philanthropist, actor, and best-selling author. Time even named her among the 100 most influential people in 2019.
Wow, she's an absolute game changer for sure. And she's here to honor some future game changers following in her footsteps.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I'm so happy to be here to help honor soccer excellence at the high school level. This ball has taken me around the world several times over. I've met some of my idols and icons because of it. I have some of my best friends because of it. I met my husband with it. I hope to coach my beautiful baby girl in the beautiful game one day with it. But it's not like this ball gave me any of those things. It made me work for them. Thousands of hours of work. And a lot of those hours in high school. If you see your name tonight anywhere in this show, it means you're good at your sport, but it also means you aren't afraid to work. And that's good, because anything worth having is worth working for. So let's see who's put in the work. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Female Soccer Player of the Year is Maddie Young from Cardinal Gibbons High School. Florida's Miss Soccer, Maddie Young led the Chiefs' firm defense to a 12-2-1 record en route to the first Class 4A championship victory in program history. The team allowed only 9 goals in 15 games with 7 shutouts, and Young was named the Class 4A Player of the Year. She will continue her career at the University of Florida.
And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Male Soccer Player of the Year is Marcelo Valbuena from Tampa Catholic High School. Marcelo Valbuena switched from defense to forward this season and turned heads. The senior led Tampa Catholic to a 25-2 record and a Class 3A state title with 36 goals to his credit. He was prolific in the postseason, netting 11 goals in the district, regional, and state tournaments, including 2 in the final. He'll continue at the University of Tampa.
TJ Watt here. Don't even think about moving. Football awards are coming up soon. No, really, don't move. I've been known to stop a few folks.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything? Okay, FLA, I see you celebrating your high school athletes from the Panhandle to the Keys and everything in between. So keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtag for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. And now back to Seth and Fonz to get us going with more awards.
If you find yourself crossing the middle of Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, be prepared for a heck of a greeting. Trent Jordan, TJ Watt, is the youngest member of an NFL family dynasty, joining brothers JJ and Derek playing for the Shield. Drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017, TJ became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in over 3 decades. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist, giving him plenty to talk about at family dinners. Today, he's helping us present the award for the best defensive football player in the state.
Hey guys, TJ Watt here. Defensive players are always trying to make an impact. But our jobs keep getting tougher because offenses get more and more complex every year. And I'm not just talking about the NFL. I see schemes in high school games these days that were groundbreaking plays on Sundays just a season ago. But you guys have been up to the challenge. In fact, the reason offenses are more inventive is because you guys are figuring out their plan at an even faster rate. So if you do happen to get beat by some crazy play, don't hang your head. Take it as a compliment. And then the next time they run it, make that impact, both figuratively and literally. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Defensive Football Player of the Year is Leonard Taylor from Miami Palmetto High School. Widely considered the top defensive recruit not only in the state of Florida, but in the country, Leonard Taylor committed to Miami over a hefty list of 21 scholarship offers. The 6'4", 265-pound beast treated opposing backfields like his own living room, racking up 23 tackles for loss with 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. He was named USA Today's Southeast Florida Defensive Player of the Year back in June.
They say the only way to follow a legend is to become one yourself. After backing up Brett Favre for 3 seasons, Aaron Rodgers took the helm and never looked back. In 2010, he won the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP honors, and has consistently been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL over the last decade, holding the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey guys, Aaron Rodgers here with the distinct honor of handing out some of your football awards. You know, I have a lot of fond memories from playing high school football, and quite a few that involve one of the great inventions of our game, the huddle. It is the quintessential us versus them unit. You are literally putting your heads together to come up with a solution to a problem as a team. You make up your plan, pick your snap count, which in essence is a secret code, then you try to execute that plan. But once the ball is snapped, that plan can change in an instant. So I hope you're enjoying your time playing, and you will find it is good training for the road ahead. But you won't find anything quite as special as that huddle in high school football. Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Offensive Football Player of the Year is Trey Wainwright from Niceville High School. The Class 7A Player of the Year, Trey Wainwright became the first Northwest Florida area athlete to earn the state's Mr. Football Award this season. He led the Eagles to an 11-1 record in the school's first Final Four berth in half a decade. The left-handed Wainwright completed 72% of his passes and broke the school record for passing yards with 2,749. He also added 34 touchdown passes to his resume. He will be suiting up for the Paladins of Furman this fall.
Here are the honorees for the Flag Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Flag Football Player of the Year is Sydney Stout from Robinson High School. Florida's Miss Flag Football Sydney Stout toppled state records for passing yards, touchdown passes, and completion percentage during a dominant run for Robinson High School. Stout's crazy stats included more than 5,000 yards and 100 touchdown passes. She led Robinson to a 22-0 record in the program's 6th consecutive state title.
They don't call Team USA wrestler Kyle Snyder Captain America for nothing. In 2016, he became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He later helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years.
Simply an amazing athlete. He ended his college career as the first and only wrestler to win the NCAA, world and Olympic titles as a college athlete. And he's here to present the award for Florida's best wrestler and weightlifter.
Hey guys, Kyle Snyder. In wrestling, you need physical strength to be successful, but you need a tremendous inner strength to be great. You have to have a lot of faith in yourself. There is nowhere to hide out on the mat. No teammate can come help you. No coach can call a timeout to draw up a new strategy. It may be lonely out there, but it is also very empowering. It forces you to dig deeper, try harder, and hold on just a little bit longer. It helps show you what you can do. It is a wonderful gift that will keep on giving long after your last match. Here are your honorees for the Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Male Wrestler of the Year is Tom Crook of Jesuit High School. A 3-time state champ, Tom Crook earned Florida's ultimate honor after being named Mr. Wrestling for the 2020-2021 season. The junior polished off an undefeated season with 41 wins along with the Class 2A championship, securing the 138-pound title. Crook's run included a semifinal thriller, which he won 4-3.
And now, let's take a look at some amazing athletes in weightlifting. Here are your honorees for the Female Weightlifter of the Year. And the finalists are
In And the Florida Female Weightlifter of the Year is Mahalia Reeves from Union County High School. Mahalia Reeves continues to rewrite the state record books, this year adding her third consecutive state title. The Union County Star is only the third lifter in state history to accomplish that feat. She posted the state's highest total of 490 in winning the unlimited division at the Class 1A championships. She owns the state's bench press record at 375 pounds.
And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Weightlifter of the Year. And the finalists are...
In the Florida Male Weightlifter of the Year is Marvin Collins Jr. of Winter Springs High School. Winter Springs senior Marvin Collins Jr. crushed the competition at the Class 2A state meet a couple of months after winning a state heavyweight wrestling title. Collins was the class of the 238-pound division, winning by an 80-pound margin. He posted a 400-pound bench press and a 350 clean and jerk for a 750 total. That was the state's best total across all classifications.
In the fastest growing team sport in North America, Paul Rabel is scoring more than goals. Paul has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. More impressive still is the 3-time MVP has co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the face of professional sports by giving athletes a bigger investment in their clubs. Today, he's investing his time in presenting to the best lacrosse players in the state.
What's up, everyone? I'm Paul Rabel, talking to all of you lacrosse players out there. You high school guys and gals are the vanguard of our sport. You're the ones out there showing the unfamiliar what an amazing sport lacrosse is. You're the ones bringing in converts from other sports. Our numbers are growing, our fan base is growing, and a lot of that is because of all of you. So keep doing what you're doing, and who knows, maybe one day I'll be home watching one of you on network television in prime time on Monday Night Lacrosse. I like the sound of that. Here are your honorees for the Female Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are...
In the Florida Female Lacrosse Player of the Year is Olivia Adamson from Lake Highland Prep. Olivia Adamson suffered a broken elbow in March, but returned to lead the Highlanders to a 20-1 season and a trip to the state finals. Named Florida's 2021 Miss Lacrosse, the Lake Highland Prep star was super efficient, scoring on 75.5% of her shot attempts and adding 27 assists. She's headed to Syracuse University.
And now, for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are...
In the Florida Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is Sean Jordan from St. Andrews School. Long stick midi Sean Jordan proved to be the best lacrosse player in the Sunshine State. Jordan's work led St. Andrews to a perfect 16-0 campaign and a 5th state title after beating St. Edwards 13-5 in the Class 1A state title. The Harvard commit was named Florida's Mr. Lacrosse.
Softball icon Jennie Finch first caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona Wildcats to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage helping lead Team USA to gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would collect a silver medal in Beijing and have a sterling pro career on her way to National Softball Hall of Fame. Jennie's focusing on family now, but still serves as an ambassador for the sport, holding camps across the country, including her very own softball academy in Flemington, New Jersey. A leader and supporter of the next generation of softball superstars, Jennie Finch joins us to announce the best softball players in the state.
Hey everyone, Jennie Finch here with a tip of the cap to all you softball players out there. It is such a great sisterhood, and I am so proud to be a part of it with you all. As you go through life, you'll always be running into fellow softball players. At your job, at parties, and yes, eventually, even at your own kids' school functions. They'll all be well versed in rally caps and walk-offs, rain delays and double plays, shagging flies, and those oh-so-long bus rides. They'll have run a few miles in your cleats, usually one base at a time. So congrats to all the finalists here today. But as cliche as it sounds, you are all already winners. There is one thing in this world you can never have enough of, and that's friends. And thanks to softball, you will always have some ready to get your back. And nobody can take that away from you. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Softball Player of the Year is Cassidy McClellan from Lakewood Ranch High School. Cassidy McClellan fueled Lakewood Ranch's first state title run in program history. The Class 7A Player of the Year was among the state's best in every offensive category, batting .542 with 58 hits and 42 RBIs. The Mustangs' leadoff hitter was always a threat to steal, as she was on base often after compiling a 23-game hitting streak during her team's title run. The left-handed hitting machine sprayed 15 doubles, 6 triples, and 9 home runs, and scored 59 times.
Fonzarelli.
Yes.
How many teams did you play for in your career?
I played for 4 different teams over 11 years.
Wow. That's not unusual. Now, Chipper Jones' career, that's unusual. The Braves selected him with the #1 overall pick in 1990, and they never let him go. He was the cornerstone of a dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title in 1995. 2 Silver Slugger Awards, a batting title, a National League MVP, all during his 19 seasons in Atlanta.
Wow. We are lucky to have this Hall of Famer here to announce the state's best baseball players of the year.
Hey everyone, just want to lend my voice to the chorus of congratulations you've been receiving for all your hard work under trying conditions. Baseball is the quintessential American game with roots going all the way back to the mid-1800s. They were playing on diamonds decades before the plane, the automobile, or even the light bulb was invented. And now you guys are carrying the sport into the future, mixing tried and true practices with new technologies and analytics to bring these games into the 21st century and beyond. Nothing warms the heart of an old baseball guy like me than to see you all out there every spring. So keep rounding those bases, heading for home. Maybe one day down the road, you'll be the one handing out these awards to another generation of baseball players. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
In the Florida Baseball Player of the Year is Andrew Painter from Calvary Christian Academy. Andrew Painter dominated opponents this season, going 6-1 with a .38 ERA. He struck out a whopping 93 batters in 47 innings, fanning 10 or more in 5 games. One of the top high school pitchers in the nation, the Florida commit entered the 2021 MLB draft as a top 20 prospect, according to MLB Pipeline. Painter's efforts earned him Gatorade Florida Baseball Player of the Year.
Fonzarelli, you know what made KG, Kevin Garnett, so special?
What's that?
The guy never took a play off. He was fiercely competitive. He was a tremendous leader, and he was a winning player. He was the guy that if he was on your team, you had a chance to have great success because he set the standard.
Indeed, Seth. I had the great privilege of playing with him in 2000. After coming home from the Olympics, he needed a little blow to kind of get his legs back under him. He wouldn't take a break. He jumped right into training camp with us, went through the whole process. That's a leader of a team.
He's a leader and a winning player. Named Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, Kevin Garnett was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in 2 decades.
Wow. 15-time All-Star, also earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors, as well as an NBA championship and an Olympic gold medal.
KG retired after 21 seasons as the all-time NBA leader in defensive rebounds and joined Karl Malone and Kareem as the only players to amass 25,000 points, 14,000 rebounds, and 5,000 assists during their careers.
And now, to switch it up a bit, instead of taking home the title, he'll take his turn at announcing the best in the state. Here's the one and only KG.
Hi, this is KG, and I want to say congratulations to all the honorees out there. Our game is growing more popular every day. You can see it all in the international kids in the NBA. You can see it in the highlight clips of the kids from around the world on YouTube. Some of the stuff seeing is just absolutely crazy and mind-blowing. I mean, we did some cool things back in the day, but these kids these days are taking it to a whole nother level. This all starts right here at home with you guys. Y'all are the heart and soul of our game. So it doesn't matter if it's in the gym or in the blacktop or in the backyard. All that hard work you do when nobody's watching pays off in moments like this, when everybody is watching. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Female Basketball Player of the Year is O'Myra Gordon from Braden River High School. This year's Florida Dairy Farmers Miss Basketball winner, O'Myra Gordon, did it all for Braden River this season as she averaged 23 points, 4.8 assists, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.5 steals as an all-around whirl through Class 6A. The 5'6" senior will stay nearby to play at Florida State next season.
And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Florida Male Basketball Player of the Year is Debo Coleman from West Nassau County High School. Debo Coleman's brilliant high school basketball career includes 2,539 career points. The star senior guard averaged 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists per game in his final season for West Nassau County, which reached the Class 4A semifinals for the first time in program history. Coleman was named Mr. Basketball and the 2020-2021 Greater Jacksonville Male Athlete of the Year. He is headed to Georgia Tech.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
Dude, we're hosting the National Award Show for high school sports soon.
Yeah, dude. I know. And dude, just try not to drop the ball.
You know I'm not dropping the ball. So, Fonzarelli, I don't know if you remember this about me, but I spent a bit of time on the bubble, and eventually it put me on the hot seat. You know, the one where everyone has an opinion on whether you're king of the world or you're not exactly the brightest guy in the room.
Right. Of course. The head honcho, the drill sergeant, the supreme ruler, the mentor, the soul crusher. Yeah, you know the coach.
That's a role that requires some thick skin and a little bit of grace under pressure.
Our next award gives some love to these men and women who put themselves in the line of fire in order to lead young adults to greatness, create memories for entire communities, and leave lasting legacies that remain long after they've left the job.
So it's no surprise we have one of those legends here to help us shine a spotlight on the top high school coaches in Florida, where you definitely have to have your A game to make this list.
The new head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars has found success at every stop in his coaching career, including a national championship for both Florida and Ohio State.
Here he is, the legendary Urban Meyer.
It's always an honor when you're asked to be part of recognizing tremendous coaches at any level. It is even more special when it's for high school coaches. The traditional image of a crotchety old guy blowing a whistle and talking X and O's just doesn't hold up in today's world. For starters, there are tons of amazing female coaches doing amazing things at the high school level. And sure, coaches are still in charge of instruction of a given sport, but it's not about the whistle around their neck. It's about all the hats they wear. A coach, a teacher, mentor, confidant, mother or father figure, and sometimes simply a friend. It is one of the hardest yet most rewarding professions there is. And nobody did it better than our Coach of the Year. And the finalists for the Coach of the Year are
Coach Maggie Crutchfield's Timberwolves swam to their second straight Class 3A championship. Coach Pamela McDonald, she made history when the Doral Academy boys soccer team won state. And Patrick Surtan led American Heritage to the Class 5A football championship. In the Florida Coach of the Year is Pamela McDonald from Doral Academy. It took 44 years, but the Florida High School Athletic Association can now say that a woman coached a boys' high school soccer team to win the state championship. Pamela McDonald called the shots for the Doral Academy Firebirds as they claimed a 2-1 victory over Niceville in the Class 6A final in DeLand. 13 years after taking the Doral job, McDonald, who played high school soccer in Scotland and all 4 years in college at Barry University, delivered the school's first boys' soccer title. Previously, she coached the girls for 4 years.
Now, let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year.
The American Heritage Girls Lacrosse Team, the Class 1A state champions. The Lakewood Ranch Softball Team went 30-2 en route to a Class 7A state title. The Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Baseball Team finished with a state title and a top 5 national ranking. In the Florida Team of the Year is the baseball team for Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Baseball of Parkland, Florida, with a roster that included players who were on campus on February 14, 2018, when a shooter killed 17 students, teachers, and staff, claimed the Class 7A state title by defeating Spruce Creek High School 5-1. It was the Eagles' second championship in 6 years and concluded a 28-win campaign which set a school record. They were dominant, outscoring opponents 239-62 and at one point winning 16 consecutive games. The streak that counted most was the team's 7-0 run through the postseason, which included a dramatic comeback win over Palm Beach Gardens in the regional final. Stoneman Douglas was ranked second in the nation by Perfect Game and fourth by Max Preps.
We've seen so many amazing athletes. I mean, Florida really does produce some players, right?
Right, so now it's time to announce the best among all of these male and female athletes of the year.
Let's start with the ladies.
How about Sue Bird? 18 years in the WNBA with Seattle.
11-time All-Star, 4-time WNBA champion.
4-time Olympic gold medalist with Team USA.
2002 National Player of the Year at UConn.
Unbelievable. 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award at UConn as the nation's top point guard.
Wow. 2-time national champion at UConn, 2000 and 2002. To give us an assist with announcing the Female Player of the Year, we have the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. You know, it wasn't all that long ago that the idea of putting the words female and athlete of the year next to each other would have seemed strange to a lot of people. But the true benefits you get from sports have never been gender specific. The lessons they teach are just as important. The skills they instill, just as valuable. The bonds they form, just as enriching for women as they are for men. It's taken some time and a lot of effort to get to the point where those truths have become self-evident for most. There are still some minds that need changing. Luckily, these competitive young women are doing their part to do just that. Each one of our finalists have already proven themselves in their own sport. Now it's time to find out who of these queens of competition will leave with the ultimate crown. Female Athlete of the Year.
Track superstar Adiah Fry, a senior from St. Thomas Aquinas and a 4-time state champ. Senior Meyer Gordon averaged 23 points per game for Braden River. And Paris Thompson, a volleyball standout from Fort Myers who will play in the fall for the Fighting Irish. And the Florida Female Athlete of the Year is Adiah Fry from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Adiah Fry left it all on the track at this year's Class 4A championship meet, claiming gold in the 100-meter hurdles and the long jump. She also anchored the Raiders state champion 4x100 relay team and placed 4th in the 300 hurdles. Fry was voted Class 4A Girls Track and Field Athlete of the Year and Florida Dairy Farmers Miss Track. She heads to college with the nation's best time in the 55-meter hurdles at 7.84 seconds. This summer, Fry took the 100 hurdles title at the Brooks PR Invitational, just missing the meet record with a time of 13.35 seconds.
Talk about legends. I'm sure the Male Athlete of the Year is already carving out his own legacy. But to have that announced by Shaquille O'Neal, Big Aristotle,
yes,
that is legendary.
He's feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame.
And his star power has only risen in retirement. Rapper, DJ, peace officer, businessman, analyst, actor, producer, philanthropist. He does it all, making him one of the most recognized faces on the planet. My friend and colleague, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey everybody, the Big Aristotle here. I know a lot of people are watching, but I want to speak directly to the finalists for Male Athlete of the Year. Let's face it, fellas, y'all are something special. You've set yourself apart. We know you got this. Now that people know your name and the kids look up to you, you have responsibilities to the community. That's part of the gig now. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Jay Allen starred in 3 sports for John Carroll Catholic High School. Debo Coleman led West Nassau to its first ever Final Four. And 5-star recruit Leonard Taylor, a D lineman from Miami Palmetto. And the Florida Male Athlete of the Year is Leonard Taylor from Miami Palmetto High School. Leonard Taylor is going places, as in the University of Miami and almost certainly the NFL. One of the top recruits in the country, the defensive lineman put up monster numbers during a shortened 2020 season. That includes 23 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 blocked kicks in only 7 games. At 6'4", 265 pounds, he was a force for a Miami Palmetto team that went 5-2 and made a run to the Class 8A semifinals. Taylor was an Adidas All-American, the Miami-Dade Player of the Year, and the Southeast Florida Male Athlete of the Year. He left the high school gridiron as one of the highest-rated defensive linemen in the country.
What a show. Really, congrats to all the honorees and winners here tonight.
Yes, it's been a great seeing the next generation of superstars that I hope to be talking about years to come. And to all the moms, dads, grandparents, teachers, guardians, thank you for your support and for your dedication in helping them face and conquer their challenges, whether in sport or in real life.
And one last thank you to our sponsors who made this show possible. Until next year,
we're out.
Congratulations.
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 A big congratulations
To all the high school sport awards honorees.
From the Big Shaq himself, big pat on the back.
I just want to take a moment to give some props to all the honorees of the High School Sports Awards.
Congratulations and kudos to all of the High School Sports Awards honorees.
Big props, huge congratulations to all the high school sports honorees and winners.
A big congratulations to all the High School Sports Awards honorees. Best of luck on the Big Diamond or wherever your next home plate may be.
Hey, shout out to all the kids who won something. Shout out to all the kids who was even mentioned. Shout out to all the kids who played this year. Straight up, it's a crazy year. proud of everybody for pushing through this hard times. Congratulations to everybody that participated and to everybody who won. Yeah.